Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Tony TV, and it's time for the takeover. You already know Challenge Wednesday. We back episode 13 of season 37. Y'all, this episode was a hard one for me. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Don't like the ending, but we're gonna get there. So we're gonna start from the beginning of the episode, and we're gonna get to the end. The end was rough, but I'm gonna tell y'all why it was rough when we get there. So last week, Emmy took Amanda's spot when she won against Bettina in the elimination. So Amanda went to the Ruby cell. So coming into this week, the Ruby cell isn't happy that Amanda's on their team. They know she's the weakest girl in the house. All she does is complain. And Amanda overhears them talking about it, and like she feels a way about it, but also it's like, Amanda, it's true. Yeah, she's one of the weakest girls in the house. And all she does is complain. Amanda talks about what she can't do, what she can do, what she doesn't feel like doing, how she gonna sabotage people, and she just complains the whole time. That's just what Amanda does. We already know this. Amanda's not there to be a good challenge competitor. I don't think she really cares about the game. So we got that going on. Then we also have to remember now it's a guy's elimination this week. Emmanuel's the only rookie guy that hasn't been into the layer yet. So he knows that if the Emerald team doesn't win this week, it's a possible chance he can go in. So obviously he wants to win. And Emerald team already won 3 times. So the chances of them winning again are pretty high. But we're going to see what happens, to be honest. Then you have Logan, who's another rookie right now. So Logan knows he also has the chance of going in. Then you have Cory and Nelson, who are kind of on the outskirts of the whole veteran truce. They don't really trust any of the vets. Because Cory has already been thrown in once by the vets when there was the rookie option. So he knows that they can just do it again if they feel like it. So they know that if they don't win this week's elimination, it's likely that one of them could be going into the lair. The name of this week's daily challenge is called Sunken Intelligence. And with this one, they have a shipwreck boat, which is under the water, and they have their ropes tied up to a treasure chest. So they have to unpull all of their rope, untangle it, grab their treasure chest, swim to the shore, and open the treasure chest. Inside the treasure chest, there's a gem for their respective teams, and they have to place it on the podium to stop their time. The quickest team to complete the mission and get their gem to the podium wins the daily. So the rope is 155 feet long, it's heavy, it's underwater, so it's causing a good challenge for the competitors, no pun intended. So all the challenges are pretty much struggling trying to do this. Think about it, some of them got 6 people on the team, some have 4, some have 5. So it's a lot of hands on deck, but with the more hands, the more chaos, harder for them to communicate and get the job done. You got the Emerald team who just can't seem to get a good strategy. They struggling a little bit, which is odd for the Emerald team, but they are struggling because they can't keep all the pieces together properly. And then when they finally do unlock their treasure chest, it detaches from the rope. So when they're trying to bring it back to shore, they have to go back underwater, grab the treasure chest, and carry it by hand to shore to place on their podium. Then you have the Sapphire team who go in there. There's only 4 of them. They're still struggling because you have CT and Ashley doing all the work, while Emmy don't know what she's doing, can't take direction well, and Kyle can't hold his breath long enough underwater to actually start untangling the rope. So pretty much 2 of them are useless, 2 of them are doing all the work. Not a good dynamic right now. Then you have the Ruby team, bunch of misfits, not really sure what they're doing, they don't know how to communicate and work well together. You got the guys, Cory, Logan, and Nelson putting in all the work. Big T's doing as much as she can. Amanda's not doing anything. Amanda's just there to be there. She's standing on top of the ship like she rolls from Titanic, just laying out like she's trying to get a tan. And Amanda, that's not the time for that. That's not what you're here for. Help them out. But we also know Amanda is Amanda. She's selfish. It's a guy's elimination, so Amanda knows she can't go into elimination, so she's not worried about how her team does, to be honest. It doesn't affect her. While the guys busting their ass trying to get this challenge done, because Cory and Nelson know they're on chopping block if they don't win this week. So everybody completes the challenge. TJ says it's a close race between Ruby Cell and the Emerald Cell. Unfortunately, the Emerald Cell wins once again. Four wins. 4 wins in a row, y'all. I'm tired. I'm over it. We got to figure something else out. There's no way the Emerald team going to keep winning the rest of the season. Like, this ain't fun no more. It's boring. I think Emmy said it herself. It is boring. But Emmy, you can't say it's boring if you didn't help your team to win and make it unboring. Make it interesting. What the hell? You don't get it to judge if it's boring or not. I'm the fan. I'm going to judge that it's boring. I'm going to say it is. Then we have a sidebar conversation later on in the house between Logan and Josh. We find out that Logan doesn't speak that much. He doesn't speak the best English, and he doesn't like talking English that much. So Josh, also being Hispanic, they bond over that because they can speak Spanish to each other when most of the other challengers cannot. So that becomes like a talking point for both of them. They become close in the house. Josh considers him a good ally. He doesn't want him to go to elimination. But it's like, Josh, you don't want him going to elimination, but he's the only rookie option left. So are we sticking to the truce? Are we not sticking to the truce? The vets is real shaky on this truce. Like, the truce is only played when it's beneficial to somebody. When it's not beneficial, you worry about your own alliances and your own allegiances to other people, basically. Which is crazy because y'all was mad at Cory when y'all thought he wasn't sticking with the veteran truce. But then y'all don't honor the truth. Okay, you know, it's not really making sense. It's not making sense. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not making sense. Then the vets start having conversations about who they think is gonna go in. Pretty much all the vets that didn't win, guys, know there's a possibility they can go in, but also they know Logan's also an option. So everybody's up in the air right now. Nobody knows who's gonna get sent in. Emerald team can't even come to a clear decision right now. Then we get to the club. They after the challenge, they talking and everything. And the Ruby Cell gets into a whole argument because they pretty much address Amanda about how she didn't compete very well in the challenge. And Amanda basically tells them that y'all was losing challenges before I got here. You're still losing them now. Don't blame me. And it's kind of a fair point, but also this was a challenge that y'all could have almost won maybe if you helped just a little bit more. Like you gave an inch. You didn't have to give a mile. You gave just at least 1 inch. Y'all might have won. But the fact that you didn't, y'all didn't. And now the guys are upset, but you don't want to hear them out because it doesn't affect you and you don't care. Then you tell them you're going to throw all the challenges because you don't care. So, I don't know. I'd be pissed to have Amanda on my team. I know the guys are pissed to have Amanda on their team. And I don't know, hopefully they can get her off soon enough and make some shit shake because, yeah, Ruby Cell, they're not going to get too far like this. I'm not going to hold you. So then we have a meeting amongst the Emerald Cell trying to decide who they want to get sent in. They don't want to send CT in really because obviously CT's the GOAT. You don't want to piss him off, especially if he comes back. But if you do send him home, that's also great because if CT gets to the final, CT's gonna win. So it's like, but also is it too early to send him in? Probably. But would it be a nice move? Yes. But will they do it? Probably not. Then you have Devin, who's close to Kyle, so obviously he doesn't want to say Kyle's name. Then you got Josh, who got this new friendship with Logan, so he don't want to say Logan's name. So that pretty much leaves us with Nelson or Cory. And you've already said Cory's name once, so I wouldn't be surprised if you say it again. So then we get to nomination ceremony, and pretty much the Emerald Cell say they haven't made a decision yet. And so everybody gets a chance to plead their case and tell them why they shouldn't go in. CT basically says he's kept the veteran truce so far, so he doesn't feel like he should go in. Kyle says that if he gets called to go down there, anybody's up for grabs. He'll go against anybody. He doesn't care. Like, nobody should feel safe. Logan talks about how if he goes down, he's still going to come back to the Ruby team because he feels like they can be a strong team. They just need to work together longer. Nelson says the same thing, that he still wants to be on the Ruby team and he can see them doing great things in the future. He apologizes to Amanda and Big T for getting a little emotional, as Nelson does. Not really a shocker. And then Cory also tells him, he's like, I'm not going to plead to y'all not to send me in. If you send me in, you send me in. I won't be surprised. And he pretty much just leave it at that. And he pretty much tells all the guys, besides Nelson, I might call your name if I get sent down. Don't feel safe. So the Emerald team cast their votes, and they send in my dog Cory, y'all. They send in Cory. I am not a happy camper. Because I'm like, y'all already sent him in once, but you got to send him in again. Y'all have other options. And y'all want to act like it was such a hard decision. We just couldn't decide what to do. So then pretty much Nelson was like, why does he have to go in again? And they asked him, well, who else we're going to send in? He didn't. Now, Nelson at this point could have said, y'all should have sent in Logan, but obviously you don't want to ruffle any feathers by saying it out loud. So he didn't say it, but that's what he thinking in his head. It's like, there's a whole rookie here, and we had this whole veteran truce that y'all choose to live up to when you feel like it, but today you didn't. And you're sending Cory back in for a second time when you could have sent Logan in today. I guess they don't see the problem with this, which I'm not surprised they don't, but they went out and gave such a hard decision. Like, I'd rather you not tell me it was a hard decision when it couldn't have been that hard if you still chose to send me in when there was a rookie right here in your face that you could have sent in and you could have just gave the excuse, oh, I'm sticking to the veteran truce, so we're sending in the rookie. Like, nobody could have been mad at that because y'all have done that the whole season. I don't think Logan would have really, he probably would have felt the way, but also he couldn't have been surprised because that's how y'all have played the game the whole season. Cory's the only one that has a reason to feel away because y'all say y'all have the veteran truce, but you keep sending him back in. Clearly none of y'all can be trusted. After the nomination ceremony, we know Cory going in, so pretty much at that point, Cory tells everybody that if he goes in and he comes back, he's infiltrating the Emerald Cell. He's going to make sure they lose their next challenge, and when they do, he's going to make sure he goes against either Josh or Devin and send them home. Devin says it wasn't up to him for Cory to go into elimination. He says he wanted Logan to go in, but Josh didn't, and since Josh didn't, Josh convinced everybody else to vote for Cory. And I'm like, well, damn, when did Josh get this much power? Josh ain't that good of a player, but he got this much power to make them kind of decisions. The only reason I can think that could be possible because Josh may not be the best player, but he does have a good relationships in the house. So I guess with those relationships, he's able to turn his team to want to go against Cory, which is very shitty. I'm not happy about it. But nonetheless, and then at that point, Josh trying to rationalize why he chose Cory and say all this stuff, but it's also like, in Cory's head, it's like, you've known me for years. You just met Logan this season, and your loyalty lies to Logan over me. How do you think that makes me feel? Like, and I feel like that's what Cory was trying to go at with it, but Josh wasn't trying to hear that. He kept trying to give his sob story of how He can trust Logan. He doesn't know where Cory lies and this, that, and the other. Cory wasn't trying to hit none of that. Cory said it is what it is. You already voted me in. I'm going to go down and do what I got to do, and hopefully I come back. So then we get to elimination, and it's like these 2 cages on the ground, and that's all we see. So I'm already confused. I'm like, first I'm thinking like a cage match, like they're gonna wrestle and tussle. But also I'm like, why the 2 cages if that's the case? You can't tussle that far apart. That wouldn't make sense. So Cory goes down. TJ tells him to pick his partner. Cory chooses Logan. Not surprising. I'm not surprised he chose the rookie, because you choose the person with the least amount of experience because you want a chance of coming back. So then TJ explains the rules of the game. It's called rope burn. So basically, they have these 2 cages that are like in sphere shapes. So the challengers will stand on top of the spheres, and they will have a rope that reaches across, and they have to pretty much whip the rope out of their opponent's hand to make them either drop the rope out their hand or fall off the cage, whoever comes first, in order to get a point. And then it's the best 2 out of 3. Winner stays, loser goes home. And also, the rope is on fire. And I'm like, y'all had to add an extra element. I get the name rope burn, but did the rope really need to burn? I feel like we taking it to an extreme that we have to go to, but nonetheless, here we are. So I'm like, okay, you know, it's a little bit of a balance, strength, but also strategy. So, you know, it accompanies a lot in this elimination, you know, to win. So I'm like, okay, Cory might have a chance, but also I haven't seen Logan compete like this, so I don't count him out either. So we're just gonna see how it goes, but I'm rooting for Cory. So they get up there. They're whipping the rope back and forth, trying to time it right. They both want each other to get tired out to, you know, make sure they can fall off easier. If they're just tired out, you just pull at the right moment, and you got it. So, you know, Cory's up there struggling a lot. I'm not going to hold you. Logan looking pretty solid. Cory, like, he doesn't fall completely off. Like, he loses his footing a few times, but he's able to get back up. You know, he catches himself. So I'm like, okay, Cory, just stay in there, do what you got to do. Could not stay in there. Logan timed that bit right. Logan shook that thing one good time, and Cory fell. I'm like, all right, we're already down 1. I'm like, Cory, get it together. Get your mind in the game, and I need you to come back the second time around and do what you got to do. So they get back up there. They do it again. All right, they're going back and forth, whipping it. Now, one time, Cory, he lost his grip strain. Like, he was losing his grip strain, so he takes one hand and, like, you know, try to shake it out, try to get some blood circulation. And while he only has one hand on the rope, Logan paying attention. Logan whipped that thing on Cory and got that one hand. Oh, Cory falls. I'm like, damn. Another one bites the dust. So my good old dog Cory has been sent home this season 37. And I'm like, it's always him or Nelly. Either one or the other. They both can't make it to the final together. Only one or the other may possibly make it. So now we only got Nelly left that could possibly make it. And Cory is gone. A moment of silence for Cory, y'all. Yeah, but yeah, that's just, I don't know, it was a tough one. That was tough. I didn't want to see Cory go, because I want to see Cory make it far. Because pretty much, if Cory can get to a final, Cory can do pretty well. He just got to get there. But obviously, that didn't happen this season. Now, Logan has to choose whether he wants to go back to the Ruby Cell, infiltrate the Sapphire, or Emerald Cell. So, prior to, I say he told y'all that he was going to go back to Ruby Cell because he felt like they could be a strong team as long as they keep working together. But now he said since the Ruby Cell voted him into elimination, he can't go back there because now he doesn't trust the Ruby Cell. So he's like, I'm finna infiltrate. Yeah, y'all, he infiltrates the Sapphire Cell and he takes Kyle's spot. So now Kyle's back on the Ruby Cell and now Logan's on the Sapphire Cell. Now, this blows me because I'm like, why are y'all still letting the Emerald Cell stay completely intact, who have won 4 challenges in a row, and keep picking y'all off one by one? Instead of somebody infiltrating that team, break them up so that some of them can start going home. Why are we not thinking logically like that? Why is that not an option? That's not making sense to me. Or why do we want to keep them whole with 6 whole players while the other teams are down to 4? The odds of them winning have already been higher every week, and it's keep getting higher the more of y'all you lose. So it's not adding up to me. I need somebody to figure it out, make a boss move, and just infiltrate it. Because I feel like now that they haven't infiltrated it for another week, more than likely, Emerald Cell is going to win again next week. Like, the game being predictable is just not working for me. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It got me up all night. Got me crying all motherfucking night. That's how the week went. I want y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about the season thus far. Let me know if y'all was rocking with Cory, if y'all wanted him to stay like I did. What player y'all do like, what player y'all don't like. How y'all feel like the game should get better. What y'all predict for next week. You know, just drop something in the comments. I feel like talking. I want to talk to y'all, see how y'all feeling, see if we feeling the same way. And let's just, y'all, we're gonna hang in this together. We're gonna get through this. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all next week. We back at it. Also next week, we got the Challenge All-Star Season 2 coming out on Paramount. So you already know, next Thursday, I'm gonna give y'all an All-Star review. And then Wednesday, you're gonna have Season 37 review. So we got 2 challenge reviews back to back. back to back like Drake. You already know how I do. All right, we're gonna be on it. I appreciate y'all for sticking around. I'm gonna catch y'all next week.